Hey there guys, welcome back to Nimby Rails. We're going to be continuing with the red line 1 today. Try and get to the south of Manhattan so we can actually get the full line in. The first step is to build 50 Street Station, which means finding another station of the same design. I think that one is. So we'll copy that, work out where 50 Street goes. So it follows this road round and goes somewhere along here. Coming up towards Times Square here, I think. So can I see any of these places? That's the key. Any of these theatres? Well, the station is on the same block as Winter Garden Theatre, Paramount Plaza, and Circle in the Square Theatre. There's Winter Garden Theatre, which means the station is there. So we'll do that. We'll copy the station on its own. Put that in, rename it. This is now 50 Street. And bring the track up to connect. It's nothing new yet, but there will be shortly, I believe. So that's 50 Street. The next station is it does some weird stuff there, some weaving through. And we're going to have to build whatever station complex this is. This is very confusing, there's a lot going on. But the 1, 2, 3, which is the red, the 7, which is the purple, the ACE, which is the blue stuff, the S, which is the grey, and the NQRW, which is the yellow. Ooh, so I think it's this one, 42 Street Times Square. And then the orange and the purple do 5 Avenue, 42 Street, so that's this complex. And then the grey, purple and green do 42 Street Grand Central. It's very confusing. I'm more confused that the blue is part of the same complex apparently, but okay. That's a lot going on here. First up, where exactly is it? Because the platforms are after the split. That's where the split is now. The one remaining line from the 4-track junction. Platforms are there by the looks of it. And it is a full 4-platform station of 2 island platforms. So if I go and find my last station of that design, there it is, copy that, bring it down here, we're going to be putting it somewhere around here. The exact location is not clear. I think it's there. If I zoom out on the map a little bit, we're working 1, 2, 3, the 4th junction after this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're working on this one. So I'll just get rid of that, get rid of that. I imagine the yellow uses the same station out. Yes, it does. And the blue uses a similar. What I'll do is I'll copy it and put it here for yellow. There we go. We'll name it. And it is 42 Street Times Square. And we also want the purple line platforms in, which go down there. Like so. I mean, the grey line. Oh, okay, actually, so the purple is going to have to be on -3, because the yellow has to be on -2. So it has to be on -3 as well. Because all that has to be on -2. That's -3. There we go. Because the grey coming off the red is on -1, and that has to go above the yellow. This is complicated. Where exactly is the grey? It's sort of on the road above. We're looking at height -1, and it needs to be well, the whole thing needs to be platform keep straight disabled, and a parallel offset of 15. And it goes sort of there-ish. This is a big complex, and I haven't even got blue line in yet. That's over here, I think. So that's going to be an interesting one to connect in. But what we'll do is we'll start with... I'm not even sure. It's probably worth putting in 49th Street just so I know where it is. It's going to be an episode in of itself doing Times Square, isn't it? So 49th Street is there. So it's 2 down from 50th Street. It's that junction, I think. It's just your bog standard, that one, that station type. There-ish. I'm going to make it -2, just so I don't have changing heights going on. Name it 49th Street. Okay. So the first step is to connect up to that. So we'll just connect those 4 tracks in there. Then there's a crossover between the middle 2, sort of here-ish. Not sure what purpose that's going to serve. So that can go in. That's step 1 complete. Haven't got anything to connect the yellow 2 at the moment. Not even sure where that comes down off of. So that could be interesting. NR and W. Oh, they come out from the right. Yeah, I don't have any of those yet. Not even started building those lines. Fun. And we have another 4 tracks coming down from 50th Street. They come down here, and these are all on the wrong height. So these need to be on -1. We come down there. And then just drag it that way a little bit. And we connect these up. We also have a curve off there into there, and actually I've started that way too early. That'll do. So there we go. And the other line for the grey shuttle curves off onto the green. The other end. It's a very awkward to access line. So that's that sorted. Do I want to try and get the blue in as well? Because I've done obviously the blue and orange at Columbus Circle. So I could also try and bring it down here. I might need another map at some point, because I'm getting a bit lost on what's going on. Is 7th Avenue? 7th Avenue might be double layered. Does it have a diagram? I'm not seeing it. That's disappointing. This is 42 Street, 8th Avenue, so that's what we're about to try and build, I think. I think the lower level is just it's just a disused line. It doesn't exist anymore. I think that's what we're about to try and build. Honestly, there's so much going on that it's not clear at all. Let's put in the blue platforms first, blue line platforms, and then we can come in and try and work out what's going on after that. So 50 Street is a different station. I need 42 Street Times Square. Or in this case, 42 Street Port Authority Bus Terminal on this map, which is not the same name. Well, I guess it does have... That is what PABT stands for. Okay, let us rename this then to include the PABT. It's all one station complex. I'm pretty sure. So that's on this junction, I think. And is complicated because it's actually misaligned. So I'm going to do it on -1 level, just to be nice and simple. And everything is going to have to be a parallel offset of 10, and we'll disable that, just to be confusing. That has to go out there, awkwardly, if not even more so. And actually I might re-enable the direction lock, platform keep straight, for this particular station. And I'm going to get a building platform footprint extension to connect those two together under that road. And we'll just extend that a bit. Move it down here. There we go. So that's all now one building. One station. Despite the fact it's literally on the next block. I'm also going to move these down a bit to there. Okay. I don't know what the best step is. I think going north, weirdly, and doing 50 Street. So that's on this road here. It's a 2-track station. They're going to be miles apart because we're looking at having 4 tracks in between, but only 2 of them exist. So that's 10. 10 is 1 track, 15 is 2, 25. 25 metres apart. Have to disable the platform keep straight. Have to get 2 tracks, and they go in there. I'm going to parent them off that node so that I can build all 4 simultaneously. Quick parent that one, 15. Rename the station to 50 Street. And then we're coming out of Columbus Circle. So, at Columbus Circle we were at -2 for. We're going to come out into -1. I'm going to build this first. I think this is the best first step. Connect those. And that's step 1 complete. Step 2 is to work out exactly what's going on with 7 Avenue. Now, as the orange line does stop, I think that must be superimposed platforms. There must be a platform below as well. It's a very complicated station, that. Or just the track layout in general is a mess. So that's going to have to be at -2 and -3. The yellow's going to have to come up to -1 to go over it. The blue is going to have to be the one. Well, no, because half the blue and half the orange is on -2, and the other half of each is on -3. Okay, this is this is complicated. Okay, there's a lot of levels going on there. Orange might actually have to be up on -1 briefly. One of them. Let's work out where exactly that station goes. I think that's probably the first step. So it goes around here, honestly. If I come up here to have a look. Goes next to Tower 53. Or 810 7th Avenue. Ed Sullivan Theatre, that helps. So it's the road south of that, a block away. So it's down here. So I'll need on -2 a island platform and on -3. They are all going to have that disabled and be 10 meters offset, and that is going to be under there with an offset of 2.5, and the same there, 2.5. Bit weird, I acknowledge that. Then we call that 7 Av. And bring it this way a little bit. Okay, first step. What's going on? What have we got? I think the first step is probably to take this, offset it reasonably, and then bring it up here. And on that bit, that node's going to be -1. And we're getting up towards where it would join. It should be about there. So that's that junction sorted. Admittedly, that was the easiest one. But it's done. There we go. Then these come underneath. I'm actually inclined to start turning them before that. I don't know where we're going to though. The one on the left here has to bring itself around at this height and into that track. We're at -2 here. Hopefully the red line is at -2 also and could probably do with being at -1. Yeah, I thought it was at -1 there. It's -1 there. Okay, the other orange line needs to dive underneath. So if I bring that up to -1 briefly, I should be able to have this dive underneath at -2 and into there. There we go. Let's go down to -3 there. But -3 is clear over here, which is what I need because that's what the blue is going to dive under at. So we're going to have 2 tracks of blue at -3. Bring them down here. Deal with that in a second. Top one needs to bring itself back up to -2 and go in there. The other one needs to stay at -3 into there. Then over here at 50 Street, all weird stuff happens. So I could do with initially bringing this down to connect up. So that goes in there, that goes in there, that there, and that there. These nicely parent off each other, like so. That's not worked out quite as you'd like it to, but just adjust that and it should be fine. Sorted. It's a little weird, but it'll do. Then, sort of here-ish, we want to have a double track with an offset of 15. And that allows us to drop down in between the two. That will come down to -3, apparently. I'm going to turn off the -1 layer for a bit. and we're going to adjust these offsets. So that'll be an offset of 7, that can be an offset of 10, and there we go. Bring -1 back on. You can't really see it, it's a bit hidden down there, but it works. Then back over here, we've just got to do this bit of junction. How do I want to do this? I want to be on -1 and single track. So we come up there, like so, and off there for that line. Out there, to the middle, and off from there to that line. There we go, sorted. I think that's everything there done. That station is done. 7th Avenue is done, although it's still going to be a mess coming out the other side. All the different heights of tracks going on there. But I think it should work. So I'm going to build all those blueprints. Hope that everything is correct and nothing's going to break. And I'll probably leave it there for today. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed a lot more, and I'll catch you in the next one.